Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So right now, looking at this price action of Bitcoin, you can see on my previous video, I did talk about this scenario. The price was pretty much making this similar fractal here from the May month, right? This current Bitcoin price action. And also I included this dead cat bounce theory, which actually showed us that, hey, in dead cat bounce theory, the price is not going to close above this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. And you can see we got a pullback just like what we expected, but not that much, right? You can see the price managed to find support around the 17,500, but it was still lower than the previous point here, the point B area. So now, is the price of Bitcoin going to go even higher, or are we witnessing another pullback scenario, guys? So today in this video, I'm actually going to show you some very interesting scenario unfolding right now for Bitcoin. So today, before I switch the chart, I would also really appreciate if you could smash the like button, and also if you are watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. Before I show you the main chart, guys, I want to go back to this previous analysis, which is also playing out pretty well right now, because here on the right hand side, I drew this price structure, I think like 1 or 2 weeks ago, and this is how I'm actually expecting price of Bitcoin to do until the end of December. So until the end of December, I'm actually looking for price to come around this 22,000 price level. So for now, the upward target for me is this previous monthly candle close level, which is 19,680 price level. So now, as you can see, as I've already said, you guys, this is what I'm actually expecting price of Bitcoin to do until the end of December month. But here on the left hand side, on my previous video, we have also said that, hey, since the price has now broken out of this parabolic curve scenario, what are we actually waiting now? Because you can see each and every price move here, along with this rising trend line, this rising trend line has actually acted as a strong resistance and support. Because if you look at this current scenario here, guys, the 0.4 area, this trend line which previously acted as a support here, support back here, and also here, guys, this trend line has been a very important support line. But you can see to the upside, this similar scenario also occurred here on the 0.4 area. Price found support, but once we fell below that, you can see the same line acted as a resistance, which led to another pullback scenario for Bitcoin. And here we came back to the previous support line, this trend line, the rising trend line number 3. The price fell below, it acted as a resistance, but it is able to close above it. So if the price is going to break some previous pivotal point level, then there is a very likely scenario that price of Bitcoin is going to break to the upward direction, guys. So for that, I'm actually going to show you a very interesting scenario for Bitcoin. You can see, guys, on my previous video, we also did talk about this CPR analysis and why the CPR analysis is so important, right? But today, if you look at this price structure, when we had this price pullback, guys, the price actually found support at this central CPR line, the central CPR line. And this is exactly what I actually said, you guys. If the price is not going to find any support at the central line, then we should be heading towards this bottom CPR line. But as you can see, the price did found support at this central CPR line. And not only that, guys, 50 weighted moving average also acted as a support. And if you would take the rising channel, this rising channel also gave us a very nice indication that, hey, this lower line along with the CPR and the 50 weighted moving average is now acting as a support for Bitcoin, because you can see the lower line is there, also the CPR support is there, and the 50 weighted moving average. So this is also indicating that now, since we are actually reaching the top CPR price level, this is the most important part, guys, because as I've already said you, the same CPR line which previously acted as a support here, right? But now when the price is heading towards its range, this is going to be a resistance line. So if the price of Bitcoin today could actually close above 18,650 price level, guys, this is going to give us an indication that now we should be heading towards an upward direction. So please be careful, right? Wait for price to close above this 18,650 price level properly to take any position, because if that's going to happen, there is a more likely scenario that we should be continuing further in an upward direction. So now I'm actually going to give you a very good example why this is very important for price to break this 18,650 price level. Okay, so for that, if I'm actually going to show you this chart here, as you can already see, I've actually drawn some of analysis, but for you guys, I'm actually doing it one more time, no problem, right? So right now, if you look at this price structure in hourly time frame, guys, you can see right now the way the price is moving here is a very interesting scenario, because this price movement here to the downside, again a move to the upside, and again this formation, which actually looks like a double bottom formation, right? This is indicating, hey, if the price of Bitcoin is actually going to break this neckline which I was talking about, 18,650, there is a very high chance of price actually going further in an upper direction. And why? Not only because of this double bottom scenario, guys, breaking the neckline will also trigger another scenario known as Wyckoff's accumulation phase. So now, I've already talked about this Wyckoff's accumulation phase, distribution phase, and reaccumulation phase time and again in my video. But now, this price structure here, this price movement, what is actually forming is a Wyckoff's accumulation phase. For that, we can look for two examples, guys. This one, schematic one, and this schematic two, because right now, the way the price is moving here, guys, this is more likely looking like this here. Wyckoff's schematic 1 and 2. So according to this both scenario, what can we expect? Because you can see here, guys, according to Wyckoff's accumulation phase, the price of Bitcoin now, if we are going to see any sort of a rejection after reaching the neckline area, right, there must be a pullback scenario. This pullback could actually come also all the way to the previous lower point area, or it could get just a small pullback and then a possible breakout scenario like this here, because this right now is forming a really nice Wyckoff's accumulation phase. Just like here, we have already reached the point B area, this phase B area, as you can see here, right? This is the phase B area, and also with the another schematic, this is the phase B area. So right now we are getting pullback, so we are around this area, right? So now, as you can see, if this is going to happen, if we are going to see any sort of a rejection here, doesn't mean that the trend is going to continue further to the downside, guys. Now I'm actually looking things a bit differently. In my previous video, I gave you guys some indication the trend could be reversing. But now looking at this price structure, which is giving me sign that, hey, now there is a possibility of price heading to the upside if we are actually able to break the neckline area. This neckline area is around 18,650, which I've already said you guys, right? And not only this, guys, not only this, if we look at this scenario here and look at this Jesse Livermore's pivotal point theory, which I've also talked about plenty of time in my video, you can see, according to the pivotal point theory, if the price is able to penetrate through the previous temporary resistance line, which is the point B area, this is a buy signal. In our case, this is the point where the price was actually giving us a question mark because we found support here, right? We were not sure what is happening here. Then we moved to the upside. This is our point B area, guys. And then again a pullback. Price came to the previous pivotal support level, which is at this question mark area. So now this is our point A. And you can see if that is going to happen, if the price is going to get pulled back at the previous pivotal support level, guys, this is a buy signal. You can see buy, buy, buy all the way until price reaches the previous pivotal point resistance line, right? So in our case, this is exactly where we are currently heading, because he said if you would see price finding support at the previous key level of pivotal support line, guys, this is a buy signal. So if you are bought here according to Livermore's theory, this was a great move here, right? But also still right now, guys, you can see if this is going to continue further where we are approaching the previous temporary resistance line. So this point B, if price is going to break the previous point B, this is a buy signal, guys. So according to all our analysis, if the price of Bitcoin today is actually able to break this 18,650 price level and going to find support of that is going to be actually a buy signal. So this means Jesse Livermore theory is hinting us right now that if the price is able to find support at the upper area of 18,560 price level, right, somewhere around here, that is a buy signal. So all this double bottom scenario, Wyckoff's accumulation phase is also indicating, hey, breaking the neckline would give us a buy signal. And also this Jesse Livermore's theory is actually showing us right now that, hey, if the price is going to penetrate to the previous key level of resistance, the point B in our case right now, according to Jesse Livermore, this is a buy signal. So guys, right now, what I'm actually expecting is this kind of price movement. Let me show you here. According to this analysis, you can see if the price is going to break through this 18,650 price level, guys, this year, right, my target here to the upside would be somewhere around monthly candle close level, exactly around 19,700 price level. So let's see how this price of Bitcoin is actually going to do today, right? But according to this analysis so far, it looks like the price right now has more potential actually to continue further to the upper direction rather than to the downside. And as I've already said you guys, even if you would see any sort of a price pullback, guys, this is still a accumulation phase. So there is still high probability right now of price continue further in an upper direction. All right, so guys, this is what I actually wanted to share with you in today's video. I hope this short video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then definitely hit the like button. And if you are watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing off. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.